The Farm Bill has gained the votes it needed from the Freedom Caucus and has passed the House. We've been tracking the Farm Bill, otherwise known as the Agriculture and Nutrition Act of 2018, for the last several months because it's been very contentious. It's a lot of money. It's $860 billion. That's to be directed over the next 5 years to help farm programs, the nation's agriculture policy, and a lot of supplemental programs that help low-income people with food support, farmers with innovation and subsidies, and you name it. It's a big package. It's a lot of money. It's traditionally bipartisan. Both sides of the political spectrum can agree that it's important to support farm programs and agriculture policy into the future, except for this year. This year, the House version of the Farm Bill has included a lot of restrictive elements. We're going to talk about those in just a second. But let's take stock of where we've been, then talk about the House, then talk about the Senate. We've been through the House Ag Committee, where the bill passed. We've been to the House of Representatives, where the bill failed. We then saw a little negotiating behind the scenes about immigration issues and some compromises made in the Freedom Caucus, the more conservative Republican members of the House, enough changes to get their votes and have the bill pass the House of Representatives at the end of June. What's restrictive in this bill that makes it different than past years? Well, it was actually dubbed the Harm Bill in an opinion piece recently in The Hill. It includes strict work requirements for individuals that would be getting food assistance, very strict work requirements. It authorizes up to $65 million for the very controversial association health plans, also known as junk insurance, that don't have to follow the consumer protection mandates of the Affordable Care Act, and the immigration issue that keeps bubbling up inside of the Farm Bill itself. What's next? We said we talk about the Senate. The Senate is next. The Senate Ag Committee actually has a completely different version of the bill drafted, and that's already made it through committee. It's now going to be something that gets put to a vote inside of the Senate. The Senate has to be much more bipartisan. They don't have enough of the Republican, conservative, Freedom Caucus type votes. They need to be more restrictive like the House did. The Senate, therefore, is going to come out with a much more moderate bill. Those two, if that bill makes it through the Senate, those two are going to go to a showdown. They have to be reconciled, so there's one version of the bill left that will get sent to the president for his signature. Reconciling those two versions of the bill is where we can expect to see trouble and fireworks, but it has to be done because the current Farm Bill expires at the end of September and time is running out. We give you some links so you can stay current on this yourself. We give you both the House Farm Bill as it was presented. The House has actually put together an entire website talking about all of their strong talking points on restricting food access for low-income peoples by mandating work and some of the other policy provisions that have made it be called the Harm Bill. We also share the little bit more moderate Senate Agriculture Committee Farm Bill. Now, this bill does not include work requirements in the food assistance programs and does not have as many of those restrictive elements as you can imagine. You can look at those side by side. We also share that opinion piece with you that dubbed this the Harm Bill for 2018. You can share your healthcare story, what the Farm Bill might mean for your family or your state, and you can do all of that at healthwatchwisconsin.org.